I don't know if anybody said this before, but Punjab is truly the Texas of India. Everything here is a size larger than it needs to be. Look at this beautiful house. Look at this Isuzu V-Cross. Look at the fat boy on it. And then look at this beauty over here. This is a Yamaha XVS. It's a 1900cc V-twin. And we had a blast on it last night. I am at my friend Jaideep's house in Patiala. Hi Jaideep.
Morning.
And I have a surprise for you guys. This is something that all of you wanted. A Royal Enfield Meteor 350. Jaideep runs Guru Kripa Motors in Patiala. He has a few dealerships and Jaideep has been kind enough to lend me one of his motorcycles to take to Delhi for a week, ride it around, just give you my thoughts on the motorcycle. So, first things first, let me just show you something over here. I do not have a phone mount with me, so we will be using the secondary navigation feature, the tripper navigation of this motorcycle to navigate to Delhi. I'll show you how convenient and how easy it is to connect your phone to it. Let's start from the beginning. Bluetooth off. Check this out guys, there's a Royal Enfield app. You go to the app. Okay, so this is where it opens. You go to navigate. You click on this red helmet over here. Bluetooth permission required, allow. Alright. Scanning in progress. RE display, yes. Okay, so do you see this? This is activating. Now I'm going to add a route. Let's search for Vasant Kunj, Delhi. And now I'm going to go get directions and navigate. So as soon as I do that, do you see this? The navigation screen over here starts to work. And I love the fact that, you know, this is not a half-assed job. It doesn't say that, you know, it's just not an arrow without any you know, extra details on it. So it says go 20 meters straight, then take a right. It's telling me how many kilometers are left. So I don't really need to mount my phone on the handlebar if I don't have to. So this is something that I really like. Jaideep, this is not the stock exhaust, is it?
No, this is one of the accessories that Royal Enfield has launched with this bike. So this comes as an add-on on the bike.
Right, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. It's only about 3,000.
300 or
3,400. That's
yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
It looks really nice. It looks like a straight pipe.
Yes, yes. The shield, they've made it look really nice. So
yeah,
it's like a continuation.
Right.
It looks pretty neat.
And it has a big catcon over here.
Yeah, the catcon sits there in a compartment. So this pipe, it enters the catcon and it exits it there. So there's nothing right here. It's entering and it's exiting into the exhaust.
Lovely, lovely. And we've also fit a crash guard on this motorcycle. This is one of the crash guards that are available as, you know, as an accessory, as an add-on by Royal Enfield. There are 2-3 different shapes available. That's one of the strong points about this motorcycle, that you can customize it the way you want to. Seat height is low. It's quite low, the seat height. So I am 5'10" and a half. Look at the angle of bend in my knee. I think people who are not very tall will be able to ride this motorcycle very comfortably. Alright Jaideep, thank you so much. I'll let you know once I get back to Delhi. Look at these switches, guys. So they have a very rotary style switch. This is the engine kill, engine on, and then start. So it's all one unit. So now it cannot be that, you know, the engine kill switch is off and you're trying to crank the motorcycle, because it requires, there's just one knob, so you can't go wrong with that. I was thinking that, you know, probably this will look a little cheap, this new design, but it doesn't. It sort of goes. It's okay. The grips, they are barrel style, like the accessory grips that used to come from Triumph. I like it. I really like the way that, you know, the handlebar is swept back. It's going to be very comfortable doing long distance on this bike. The console is neat and clean. There is no rev counter. There's a speedo. It's marked in kilometers per hour till 160 until miles, so that'll be 100. The digital part of the console is pretty neat. It has a fuel gauge. It tells you the time. It tells you what gear you're in. It has an odometer. The button to switch the toggle is here. I press it once, it goes to trip A. I press it twice, it goes to trip B. We've reset them. This motorcycle's only done 26.6 kilometers so far. There's a neutral light. It's telling me that ABS is on. There's no traction or anything on this motorcycle, not that you would ever need it on something so small. The shape of the levers has been changed. It's very premium looking, very nice looking now. The Interceptor that I have, the levers were very utilitarian looking on that motorcycle. Not on this one. That was a complaint that I had. Feels very natural. Tank is big. It looks big. This blue is very beautiful. This part is plastic, but that's okay. Alright, let's just ride. We can talk about the bike later, how it looks. Let's ride. See you, brother.
Ride safe.
Thank you. Thank you. Clutch action is very light. Okay, so let's take a ride. Oh, it's vibration free. So this is the first time I am riding this motorcycle. I did not ride it back here to Jaideep's house from the dealership. Jaideep rode it because I wanted, you know, to have a very first time impression, a hands-on impression. So it says take a ride from 300 meters, 250 meters down the road. Okay, man, smooth bike, very smooth bike. Seat is comfortable. I like it. It's a bucket seat of sorts. Hey, the suspension tuning is nice. It's slightly soft. It's not as hard as the Honda CB350, so it goes over bumps nicely. Those you know, the strip, what do you call it, now was I supposed to, okay, 1.2 kilometers and right. Got slightly confused. Wait, it's rerouting. Let me see, was I supposed to take the turn and I did not? So it's got hazard switches for such situations. Okay, it says take a ride from 1.4 kilometers ahead. Yeah, I'll just do that. Yeah, let's just rely on this and see if it gets us home. I have no idea about the roads of Patiala. Absolutely no idea. So it sounds nice. It's throaty. It is throaty. It'll take me some time to get used to this you know, navigation system. Also, I'm finding it a little disturbing that, you know, this is not aligned properly. It's a little It's coming in, you know, it's tilted towards the left a little. It's a very comfortable perch. My feet are forward, not like, you know, full Harley style forward, but they're forward enough. We'll get to know if it's an all-day saddle. I like that, you know, they've given a button over here, a toggle over here through which I can control the speedometer, the display here, because yeah, you know, I was worried that they might give a button over here and then every single time you have to change any parameter, you have to go over there. Oh, so I'm in the 5th gear, and this motorcycle can, you know, let's see how slow we can go. So it says stick left. Wow. Okay, now it's trying to. Alright, I'm at 20, I'm at 40. Okay. So, 40 kilometers in 5th gear. 40 kilometers per hour in 5th gear. No problem for this bike. No problem at all for this bike. Throttle rolls well in 5th. I like, you know, these motorcycles, I like the fact that you don't have to shift a lot, so you can just be in one gear. And braking is not bad. I just rode a Classic 500 day before yesterday. This braking on this bike is better. The mirrors are not vibrating. No, they're not. I mean, there'll always be a little shake in them, you know, but it's not bad. It's not as if you can't see anything. There'll always be a slight shake. That is there in the Honda CB as well. I like the sound. I do like the sound. The display is very legible. It doesn't show range. The Honda shows range. This display does not show range. Also, it doesn't show you know, your average fuel economy, etc. So that is one aspect where it sort of lags behind this display. But it's okay. If you've not ridden the Honda, you wouldn't even know that on a retro motorcycle something like that exists.